We have live team coverage for you tracking this powerful weather system. Our team of reporters are in the field. We will check in with them in a minute. But first, here's Tony Sadiku with the first alert forecast. Tony.
Good morning, Mary Chris. As you know, we've been talking about this storm now for about a week, and here it is. Impacts all day yesterday. And now it's day 2 of this nor'easter and day 2 of this first alert weather day. So let's get to the headlines and the details as we track it for you out there right now. I mean, this is a storm that is pretty large. It's stalled just off our coast. You see the rain spreads anywhere from Delaware up into New England. And yeah, we're right in the heart of it. So let's zoom on in where we could track heavy bouts of rain, perhaps waking you up. You got your TV turned on, checking us out. And we appreciate it even early on a holiday. And right now, it looks like parts of, say, Rockland County. You're seeing some moderate rain stretching into orange, heads up Tuxedo to Woodbury, right along the thruway into Newburgh here in a moment. It's Putnam, it's Dutchess. That's where the showers a little bit more are coming in with a little more force. Elsewhere, it's light areas of rain and drizzle. And for the most part, it's early, so you're probably not on the roads, but it's just a nuisance, and it's piling onto the issues we've already seen for a good portion of yesterday. Coastal flood alerts. We've got a slew of them. Really, our entire coastline here in the tri-state area expected to see impacts now through 8 o'clock tonight. That warning in effect in the darker green. It's 1 to 3 feet of inundation. Times of high tide. We'll talk about that coming up. Advisories, not quite as severe, but still something to watch, not to mention beach erosion overwatch. It's the coast that'll deal with the brunt of this storm. Strong winds certainly compounding the effects here. The waves will be up there too, 8 to 12 feet because of this nor'easter and the pressure gradient. I mean, look at the winds right now. They're gusting over 40 to 50 miles per hour along the coast. Chris will talk about how long we'll be dealing with these winds before they subside and how long we'll be dealing with the rain and coastal impacts too. All that's coming up.
Okay, Tony, thank you. Let's get a check here first. Alert traffic with Guy Stanier. Hey, Guy.
Good morning, Chris. We're going to start in the Bronx. We have an accident involving an overturned truck. It is 2 lanes closed on the southbound side of the New England Thruway right before the merge with the Bruckner. You can see cruisers zooming this camera in and out here. The hutch is definitely going to be a better option if you're headed southbound. In Long Beach, New Jersey, flooding as all lanes closed on Long Beach Boulevard. This is right between 13th Street and 68th Street. And for New Jersey Transit, the North Jersey coastline is suspended between Bayhead and Long Branch for the remainder of the day. Also, the Atlantic City line is suspended between Atlantic City and Philadelphia. System-wide cross-honoring is in effect for rail private carriers, buses, as well as light rail all day long. Alternate side parking is suspended for Columbus Day, but you still have to pay the meters. Chris and Mary, back to you.
Guy, thank you. 4:03. Coastal communities on Long Island are now bracing for a mix of flooding and high winds.
With the high tide coming in overnight, drivers have been asked to stay off the roads. Elijah Westbrook is live in Long Beach with a look at the current conditions there. Elijah.
Hey there, good morning to you, Chris and Mary. So Long Island, and specifically Long Beach, which is where we are reporting live from at this time, is getting hit pretty hard. We'll say the rain has been very on and off, so you're not seeing too much rain coming down. But as we pan down the boardwalk, you can see the wind is really whipping up at this time. It's certainly been a constant thing we've been noticing out this way. And, of course, the flooding. You can't necessarily see it from the boardwalk, but the roads are just an absolute mess. The ocean here has been forceful, with waves crashing aggressively along the shore. And our first alert weather team confirms high tide for this area was between 1 and 4 a.m. Now, officials are already reporting flooding, as I mentioned, in low-lying areas and damage from the wind. Suffolk County Executive Ed Romaine says that the county's Emergency Operations Center is on the ground monitoring the moving storm. The biggest area of concern, he says, is Fire Island. Now, low-lying areas of concern also include Mastic Beach, East Patchogue, Lindenhurst, and Montauk, where the wind projection is up to 60 miles per hour. His office is urging everyone to stay off the roads and avoid travel if you can. We're seeing very similar situations playing out in Nassau County. We know that the county executive there, Bruce Blakeman, is set to hold a press conference this morning to give us an update on the latest efforts. Be mindful, again, the roads are very slick because of the rain that's coming down at this time. time. The wind is really just whipping up. You could probably hear a little bit of it through my microphone. And as you take us back out here live, you are looking, essentially, this is what, south, if you will, towards the coast here. You could see the wind and the rain just kind of blowing sideways. So, of course, Chris and Mary, we will, of course, keep you posted on the very latest. And we are live right now in Long Beach. Elijah Westbrook, let's go ahead and send it on back to you in the studio.
Okay, Elijah, thank you. Let's head now to New Jersey, where all 21 counties in the state have been under a state of emergency since Saturday.
Christina Fan joins us live from Point Pleasant with a look at the conditions there. Christina.
Mary and Chris, good morning. We spoke with the mayors of several shore towns. They say even though the storm is not quite on the same level as Sandy, it is probably the closest thing we have seen to that. And that is because of the high winds and the significant rainfall we are expecting. They say they are most concerned about the next high tide cycle at around 1:30 this afternoon, when moderate to major coastal flooding is forecasted. As you guys just mentioned, New Jersey has been under a state of emergency since Saturday night, and that is because portions of the Garden State are forecasted to experience not only coastal flooding, but also instances of inland flash flooding, sustained winds of up to 60 miles per hour, and high surf potentially causing significant beach erosion and dune breaching. Several hours after the first high tide in North Wildwood Sunday, we saw water fill up the beach. It was almost up to the boardwalk at Lincoln Avenue. Many neighborhoods near the Back Bay remained flooded overnight. And in Avalon, a lot of similar scenes. Water was seen gushing into streets, making them look like rivers. We're told fire departments along the coast have high water vehicles staged and ready to go in case rescues or evacuations are needed. Families say they are prepared for the worst. They stocked up on food, batteries, secured their outside patio furniture, and have moved their vehicles to higher ground. Another quick mention, public transportation is also being impacted this morning. NJ Transit, we're told, has suspended and detoured a number of bus and rail lines today because of the severity of this storm. For now, reporting live from Point Pleasant Beach, Christina Fan, CBS News, New York.
Christina, thank you. High winds from the storm have caused some property damage in Queens and Laurelton. Winds brought down a massive tree in the middle of 228th Street between 137th and 138th Avenues. It broke into multiple pieces, some of it coming down on a car. Crews were busy all night cleaning up that damage.
Literally went food shopping, and I came back in a taxi, and there was a tree on my car. Had it cracked a little further, it would have hit, either of the houses.
All these trees around here are rotten. They have holes in them. All these trees, they don't do nothing until somebody have to die or something, injured or whatsoever.
On Sunday, the MTA put down vent covers at around 20 subway stations around the city to help prevent flooding this morning. MTA officials say they're focusing on staffing and will be keeping some workers on overtime to deal with the storm.
4:08 right now. The nor'easter has forced officials to cancel the 81st annual New York City Columbus Day Parade.
Now, since it can't be rescheduled, organizers say they're going to have to wait until next year. Kristie Keleshian live on 5th Avenue in Midtown with more. Kristie?
Chris, Mary, good morning. That's right. All along 5th Avenue, you can still see those barricades up along a very rainy 5th Avenue at that. Things have been intensifying, but unfortunately, organizers did have to cancel this event due to the state of emergency that New York is now under. Of course, out of an abundance of caution and everybody's safety, they had to cancel. Of course, putting a damper on the plans of many New Yorkers who I'm sure look forward to this parade every year. We're actually hearing that this is the first time in the parade's 81-year history that it had to be canceled. And just to tell you about conditions out here, things have intensified a little bit, I would say, within the past 10-15 minutes. Occasionally strong winds, cold, wet rain coming down here. So definitely not ideal conditions for the parade. And the parade is one of many events across the area that had to be canceled since the weekend due to the nor'easter, including the Times Square Diwali celebration, the New York Roadrunners Staten Island Half Marathon, and Morris County's Columbus Day Parade that was supposed to take place yesterday over in New Jersey. And if this brings any comfort to those who are looking forward to the parade, the organizers say that St. Patrick's is still having its 9:30 Columbus Day Mass this morning. And we're live in Midtown. Kristie Keleshian, CBS News, New York.
Kristie, thank you. We're going to continue to cover the nor'easter and its impact on our area. We'll check back in with Tony Sadiku in just a few minutes for another update on the track.